Rematch is a breath of fresh air for the football gaming scene, with Sloclap's third-person approach to football like nothing we've ever seen before. EA Sports and its EA Sports FC's game series have dominated the football gaming space for years, with UFL and eFootball the only real competition. I've tried out all three of those games and they've all impressed me in their own way, but after trying Rematch, I was blown away and I really do think this could be the new main competitor for EA Sports FC. If you load up Rematch expecting something similar to all the other football games out there, then you're gonna be in for a surprise. Due to the controls used and the gameplay mechanics, Rematch probably plays more like an Overwatch or a Call of Duty, as crazy as that sounds, and that's because of the third-person shooter approach it takes compared to a traditional football game. Ahead of Rematch's worldwide release on June 19th, I put the game to the test in the latest closed beta to see what all the hype is really about. Since dropping its first trailer for the game back in 2024, hype surrounding Rematch has grown more and more each week. The first beta attracted big names to play the game on stream, such as iShowSpeed, and ahead of the release, more people are showing interest in the newest football game available. Now, if you're a big EA Sports FC or FIFA player like me, then the first thing you will instantly notice about this game is the controls are not your traditional football controls. Instead of using the X, A, B and Y buttons on the Xbox to pass and shoot, you mainly use the left stick to move around, the right stick to control the camera and your aim, RT to shoot, while you must use X to tap the ball, which is how you would pass. At first, it was a little confusing to play a football game with such different controls, and it took a little bit of getting used to, but after an hour or so of playing the game, I really got to grips with it, and that's where the fun began. One thing I also learned extremely quickly while playing Rematch is there's really no automation in the game at all. It's all down to you. Once I started to learn the game better and discover new techniques, I did find myself enjoying such simple parts of the game which you would never do in games like FC. From making an accurate pass to scoring a goal, these are simple commands in football, but because it's fully manual and it takes more than just pressing a button to do this command, anything I did that was successful felt so much more meaningful than if I were to score a 30-yard finesse shot in EA FC 25. I found that goalkeepers were extremely overpowered in Rematch, but it was actually one of the positions I enjoyed the most. Goalkeepers have more stamina, while their extra effort sprint boost bar recharges faster than other players, so goalkeepers are encouraged to leave their box and act as a sweeper keeper rather than just sticking to the vicinity of their box. Visually, the game is stunning. It gives a real fresh take on football gaming. We were told by Sloclap that they were inspired by impressionist paintings while designing the players, and there's a host of customization options available for you to pick and choose how your players look in-game. The game's stylized art direction really separates it from the competition as well, with the game all set in futuristic and wild environments. Another really cool feature of the game I couldn't help but notice was the music that played during the games. If you enter the final 30 seconds of the game and the score is close, the music is extremely tense, but if your team are a few goals ahead with 30 seconds to go, it's much slower and more relaxed. I think basing the intensity of the music on how the game is going is a small but really impressive detail that makes this game so good. When Rematch's reveal trailer was released, a lot of comparisons were made between the game and Rocket League due to the small-sided games and the similar-looking pitch designs, but that's really as far as the comparisons go. It's really hard to compare Rematch to any other game out there, and that's because, simply, it's nothing like anything else I've played. Now, you can tell that Sloclap has taken inspiration from some of its past games, such as the 2022 beat-em-up game Sifu, especially when it comes to some of the game mechanics. From slide tackles to volleys, the game does have some kung fu-like combat mechanics, and I think this only makes it more interesting. There are 3 game modes available in Rematch: 3v3, 4v4, and 5v5. You can either join a drop-in game with other random players, or you could create a custom match where you can join the same lobby as friends. When I played during the closed beta, I only played drop-in games, and honestly, a concern of mine would be that no one would pass the ball. This comes from my experience with dropping games in Clubs and Rush and EA FC 25. I had an expectation of toxic players who refuse to pass and do it all themselves. But Sloclap was prepared for this, and to combat selfish players, the game relies heavily on team play. It is so important to maintain your positions on the pitch, pass the ball, and work as a team. In fact, Sloclap has developed the game so when you have the ball, you're more vulnerable to lose possession, so it is important to be aware of your surroundings and always look to work as a team. I've played the game for a decent amount of time now, and even though I'm far from being a really good player, the fact I've had this much fun while learning the controls and the mechanics shows just how entertaining this game really is and how good it can become once I'm extremely familiar with everything. It's nothing like any other football game out there, and I think that really works in Rematch's favour, so it'll be really interesting to see how big this game can become once it's released worldwide.